All right, it's time to graph equations in slope-intercept form. You will, of course, need your INB. I believe we're looking on page 71, and these are the problems that I gave you. This is the problem that we started working in class. I've got a graph here, and now I need my equation. And when I look on there, it says that y is equal to negative 4x minus 1. So the first thing it tells us in our notes is that we need to find our y-intercept and mark that point. Well, there is my y-intercept. So I'm going to get a little different color, and I'm going to mark that point. So that is negative 1, which would be right there on my graph. So there's negative 1. The second thing it says in our notes is that we need to, is your slope a fraction? It is not. It's a whole number. It's negative 4. So if not, put a 1 in the denominator. And all this is 4. So our slope is negative 4. And I'm going to put negative 4 over 1. This is just to remind me of my rise and my run. So I'm going to rise 4 and run 1. And that will come into play in just a moment. The third thing it says is it positive or negative slope? Well, I can see that this one is negative. It's got a negative sign. So when I look in my notes, it says I can either rise up and run left, or I can rise down and run right. Now, rise down may not make sense, but I'll show you what that means in just a second. So the third thing it says is look at the rule. So we've got that. The fourth thing is always start your rise and run process from the y-intercept. So my y-intercept right there is marked at the red dot. I'm going to get a green one. And for negative, I can rise up and run left. So I can rise up 4. So this would be 1, 2, 3, 4, and run to the left, which would be 1. So I'm going to put a dot there. Or I can rise down and run right. So I can rise down 1, 2, 3, 4, and run right to the 1. So either way, that's going to give me my line. So I've got 3 points now. Very easy just to take a ruler and connect those 3 points. Now for me, I can't use a ruler with this board here, but I can get a decently straight line there. Not perfectly, but decently. So there I have my line graphed. And let's see, it says mark your additional points. Well, we've got those connecting with a straight line. Add arrows to each end. I've added my arrows. So there it is. We have graphed the equation y is equal to negative 4x minus 1. So just to make sure, I have my y-intercept at negative 1. That's good. My slope will rise 4, so that would be 1, 2, 3, 4, and over 1, or rise down 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and over 1. So that works. And my line is a negative line. So this is all done correctly. All right. You need to finish tonight for homework the remaining 6 problems, graph those lines, bring that to class tomorrow. Have a good evening.